Good evening and welcome to the Build With Baer Workshop. My name is Pat Baer. I'm here to build a model kit and to hang out with all of you. And before we get into model kit building, I'm going to throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the site, the moat in the chat. If you are currently a subscriber, you can apply those moats. If you are my tier 2 subscriber, if you're a Rista fan, you also have the blue emote, and you can do the Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan emote of me. That's just tier 2. That's a tier 2 exclusive. But yeah, if you are currently a subscriber, you can apply with those emotes. If you're not yet a subscriber, you can just say hi. You can use other people's emotes, global emotes perhaps, or you could just be a lurker, and that's okay. It appears that we are, Ghost Valve's here. What's up, Ghost Valve? It appears we are lightly attended tonight, and that's okay. You know, I love it when people are here and we can hang out. But I'm going to finish this Heavyarms with or without a large group of folks. Jam just resubscribed with Prime. That's 55 months. That's ridiculous, Jam. I'm going to hit the applause. Let's throw some motes in the chat also to thank Jam. Here's the applause. And then Jam, thank you so much for renewing your subscription. Thank you for your continued support. 55 months is so many goddamn months. And now, of course, we are now at 41 subscribers, which is great. It's above 40, so I don't put the number up. But I do thank you very much for your continued support. Tonight, Lashbrook also using Prime, saying, no funny message, too sleepy. Subscribe 57 months on a 57-month streak. Also, let's get the applause in there. Thank you so much, Lashbrook. We are now at 42 subscribers, which is great because that's more than 40. Thank you so much, Lashbrook, for 57 months. That's also a whole lot of months. I'm sorry you're sleepy. I hope that this is a chill, relaxing evening for you. It looks like I could hit a hype train tonight, which would be pretty neat. If some people want to get in on that, they could. If you're thinking about becoming a subscriber, gifting a sub to somebody in the community, renewing your subscription that you let lapse before, becoming a new subscriber, bits and coins. They support me, and then maybe you'll get some cool emotes. I don't know. I'm like not even quite right, but that's okay. That's fine. I don't actually mind it too much. What's on the docket for tonight? Finishing the Heavyarms. We've got to put the part over here. The side skirt. Got to build that. Got to build a backpack to put right there, and then we got to build the big guns that can go in the backpack or go in the hands. I don't know why they would go in on the backpack and not just on the hands, but I don't know. Last one says, turns out staying up till 3 a.m. to watch grand finals on EVO was not the smartest idea. Not if you had stuff to do today, probably. I didn't watch any of EVO. I'll tell you right now. It seemed good. Seemed like a nice farewell to Street Fighter V. Guild Gear stuff, some announcements people really liked. I didn't watch a damn minute of it because I don't have the literacy of fighting games to really understand. Like, people shout, and it's like, cool. That apparently that kicked ass. But I mean, I do like the cool effects, and I like the cool supers and stuff. But I don't have a lot of fighting game literacy these days. Like, if you throw a Dragon Punch, I'm like, hell yeah, Dragon Punch, nice. And that's kind of it. Like, I know what fatalities are, but I don't know about canceling out of supers, and knowing about frames of animation you need, in Windows, hitbox Windows. I don't know. The last fighting game I played was Dragon Ball FighterZ, and it was real good. But that's the last one I played. And that's also because I had people who I wanted to play with, and it was fun. Anyway, tonight's agenda, we're going to talk about a wrestling show that happened on Saturday that I watched on Sunday because I bought a ticket for the live stream and had got a recording. Watched that last night. Talk about that and the fallout of said event because, stop me if you heard this before, an independent wrestling show was put on by somebody that probably shouldn't have put on an independent wrestling show of the scope of what they did. And maybe should have partnered with people that know what they're doing, perhaps. So there was shenanigans. there. We'll talk about a few other things. A voice actor that did pass on. We'll chat about them. Some anime. It's Manga Monday. We'll also talk about some manga. In the second hour, we'll do Manga Monday stuff and also your usual anime coverage. Talk about my trip to New York and some of the plans I've made for that. Before we get into things, we get into building and start working on this. Oh, I also know what I'm going to build if we finish this tonight, the Heavy Arms. If we finish the Heavy Arms tonight, I know what's next on the agenda. I have that straight away. It'll be a fast build. We might even finish it tonight. Probably not. Also, you may not have noticed this, but I redid my display, my background there, which is a bunch of boxes. Now, I don't know if anyone actually knew this or not, but originally that back wall was all like stacked from the floor up, held kind of precariously together and like taped together of full boxes. And that was a mistake. Now they are just the fronts of boxes cut out and then adhered to the wall with painter's tape, which will come off very easily because it's painter's tape. And they don't really weigh that much when you cut off the sides and the top of it. And it's just the front of the box. So it's not three-dimensional. I mean, it is, but you know what I mean. It's flat, but not, it doesn't have depth anymore. And that should mean that they'll just fucking stay up and not constantly have one side start tipping. And then also I didn't have to build up from the bottom, so I could move some stuff around. And this is still the same from recently. I will probably put this Heavy Arms there instead of the other kit at some point, the Earth Ray enemy Gundam. I'll probably put this there. I do have a stand that I bought, a base I should say. I got a clear base because I thought that would be neat. So we'll actually, let's reply to my tweet. Let's get into building and we'll look at this base that I picked up. Because I do want to have this, on something substantial. Harold retweeted. Thank you, Harold. Lovely. So let's go to the overhead. There's the overhead there. So you can see it is a clear stand, which I think is kind of nice. You can see this. This peg came with the kit and will be... because it does have attachments it comes with, but this kit has the crotch of this kit is situated that it would be very hard to see, but there's a little ridge that this can fit into, which I'll probably just do now. But it's got a special spot that this fits into in the back here, which I should be able to snap on. Yeah, great. Now I can snap that on. And then I can put this here. And it's got some goddamn... This thing has some goddamn height to it. I could probably lower this in more. Yeah, I can do that. But this thing has some goddamn height to it, which I don't dislike. But yeah, it'll be easier to kind of show off the kit and work on it. But, right now it's just kind of fun because it just hangs out. It's very tall. It's probably too tall. I probably need a smaller master grade stand, but whatever. So right now it's just got a nubbin there, so they can put it on there. Right now it just has a protrusion, which is fine. And then we got this cool stand, which I'll put over there, so it is out of my way. Okay. Kiyoshi Kobayashi passed away. We're going to start with the sad. That is a sad bit of business to chat about. The voice actor, 50 years in the business, over 50 years in the business, I should say. 50 years of playing Jiren from Lupin the Third. Passed away. He retired last year. He is a notable voice actor, not just for that role over many years. He did narration in a bunch of both animation and live action. He was also, he was a voice actor that, and this is the thing that, I don't always think about, and I should. There are Japanese voice actors that focus on dubbing of English language stuff. And I forget about that. And a thing that you end up with a lot is voice actors of a certain age end up becoming like the official / unofficial voice of some actors, which I've always thought was pretty fucking cool. So like, there might be a voice actor that does, oh hey, this is a Tommy Lee Jones movie. Get our Tommy Lee Jones. So if there was a movie, animated show, live action, either, that featured Splinter from the Ninja Turtles, Kobayashi was the guy that you would hire because he was Splinter in all things. I would like to watch The Fugitive dubbed into Japanese. I think that would be kind of fun. I want to see. I wrote down one other example of another one of his dub. Oh, he's Keith David in They Live. And I definitely want to see the Japanese dub of They Live because that sounds fucking awesome. I think that sounds very cool, and I would love to watch that dub. I dropped a sprue. Hold on, I'm just gonna back up here. Here. Whoop. There. Sorry about that, everybody. It's very unprofessional of me tonight. I wouldn't say that I'm like disorganized, but I do feel a little flustered today. So I do apologize for that. I hope you will forgive me. I hope that as we go, I will get more comfortable and everything will be chill and good. But yeah, I'm feeling a little more disorganized than I would like. But anyway, I didn't want to give him a shout out. At the Anime Awards, we did talk about how he was up for Best Voice Actor and did not win, and how that felt like a fucking crime. And I stand by that. Media experts and the internet audience were fucking wrong for him not to win that. It's ridiculous that he voiced the same character for 50 fucking years. That's unbelievable. That's just like unquestionably fucking awesome. Hey, Bobby Dice Roller just subscribed. That's 22 months. Thank you so much, Bobby. Let's throw the emotes in the chat. If you are a subscriber, you can throw those in. 22 months. That's so many months. That's almost 2 years. Thank you very much, Bobby. I'm going to throw some emotes in there. If you're a subscriber, you can reply with those emotes. Thank you so much, Bobby, for your continued support. It means a lot. And welcome. All right, so... Okay, we talked about my backdrop changing. We talked about the passing of Kiyoshi Kobayashi, which is a shame. Let's get into an event that was a great show, but there's some fucking shit about it. There's some shit surrounding it. Because of course there is. Because it's a wrestling show. So of course there was drama. Anyway... Wrestle Queerdom happened. Transgraps, which is a Twitter account run by a woman named Sally, who is 23 years old. This is her words. She's a she, her. She is 23. Sally, who runs Transgraps, it promotes, to promote wrestlers who are trans, gender nonconforming, and non-binary. And kind of like, promote their events, their matches, do showcases, all that kind of stuff on Twitter. And at some point, made the decision, hey, what about the biggest, and if not the first, the biggest trans, non-binary, gender non-conforming wrestling show. Like, top to bottom, card complete, let's do it. Let's go for it, right? Big event. And gonna be in New Hampshire, which is not necessarily a wrestling state, in a town in New Hampshire that's not necessarily a wrestling town, but okay, whatever, people will come. And a lot of the show was kind of sold on the back of the fact that Venny was coming. Venny was gonna be there, and Venny was gonna put butts in seats, which is true. That is a true statement that Veni was going to put butts in seats. And if you are unfamiliar with Veni, Veni is, as far as we know, the first out trans wrestler in Japanese history. Veni has wrestled under the name, all capital letters, Asuka, which Veni cannot use in the United States, obviously. But in Japan, has wrestled as Asuka and also wrestled as Veni. Veni was going to headline. This was Veni's first ever North American wrestling performance. Veni has took place in or participated in the women's tournament that happened both in the United States and in Japan for AEW, but only wrestled in Japan, never actually wrestled in America. So this is her North American debut. And that's a big deal. People were fucking psyched about that shit. And the card started building because of that. You had unknown people, like people in the Northeast and from the Midwest and from the Pacific Northwest, all coming to perform here. Audience from all over the place also came out. A great turnout there live for a first time event, and a very strong showing on because it was live streamed. It had a good audience for that. And we'll talk a bit about the card. There was the two defenses of the Paris is Bumping Grand Prize Championship by Candy Lee, which was rad. And Edith Surreal was in the main event, who previously wrestled under the name Still Life, and while now Edith goes by she, her. At the beginning of Edith's wrestling career, was a non-binary wrestler, and the first non-binary wrestler in North America to win a major title on the independents. Was the Young Lions Cup winner for Chikara, and has just been doing the work and having a great couple years as a wrestler. Trained by Drew Gulak and Chuck Taylor and Orange Cassidy and Ophidian, and just like trained at the Wrestle Factory. And from Edith's wrestling style, you can fucking see that shit. You could tell, like, oh yeah, I know where Edith was trained. That was our main event. Had some people I've never heard of that I can't wait to see. I should give a shout out to Sassy Boatwright, who is a fantastic wrestler who used to do the comedy wrestling show at UCBW as Bear Girls. Bear Girls was basically, what if Bear Grylls was a lady and a wrestler? They did a fantastic job as that character. That gimmick was very silly and very fun, and they made it work really well. Now, Sassy Boatwright, wrestling in the independents, made PWI's list, which is fucking ridiculous and incredible. I'm so proud of Sassy. But also, like, people I've never heard of and I can't wait to learn more about, like Joan Jetson, whose gimmick is that they are a NASA, like an astronaut, and they have someone from Mission Control as their, like, manager, which is just a fantastic gimmick. And if you like comedy wrestling, hey, I gotta tell you about Cheryl, because Cheryl is a fucking vision. Cheryl is Cheryl Bradley is the last remaining employee of the very last Bradleys, which Bradley's is closed. But Cheryl Bradley is like an older lady who works and she's just an older lady wrestler. And it's fucking incredible. Cheryl rules. And I was just like, so thrilled. Lord Crashton says, hey, Pat, was listening for a bit on my phone as I got food on the way home from work. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's awesome. Welcome. Happy to have you here, Lord Crashton. So anyway, Sunny Kiss was there. Very big. Fucking fantastic that Sunny Kiss was there. Giselle Shaw, who's on Impact Wrestling, was there as well. It was fucking cool. There was a lot of Okay, so also some people that I didn't really know that you're going to know about. People on the indie scene you're going to be hearing about pretty damn soon. We're also there. Like, who am I talking about? How about Kid Bandit? Kid Bandit is fucking really good. Just a fucking great wrestler. Just also like a big anime person. Just like cool as hell and really fucking just fantastic a performer. Took on Don't Die Miles, who is a Chicago wrestler that I have. Hey, Don't Die Miles came out to Lil Nas X in the ring, and that kicked fucking ass. And then, hey, guess what? Don't Die Miles didn't die, but put on a hell of a show. And the two of them put on such an incredible match. You will hear both those names on the indie scene. I should also shout out to Kid Bandit, who is wrestling Malachi Black in September at an indie show. And that's... Kid Bandit is finally going to take on a true anime antagonist, and that's unbelievable. That's cool as hell for Bandit. Zeke Mercer was running a gimmick of I don't actually want to wrestle right now. Not a lazy gimmick, not a Orange Cassidy sloth gimmick, but just a like, oh, actually, you know what? Fuck this. And then you like go out into and sit in the crowd. Kind of had to be like, didn't want to lock up. It was like, all right, if we lock up, you know, hey, be cool. And it was very good. Lots of good business. Let's see, any other shows? Oh, hey, I want to give a shout out to the person in the opening match. It made sense that he was in the opening match. Eden Von England came out as him on the show. And had him written on his gear. And it was just like, that's the way you start this trans and non-binary and gender non-conforming show? That's fucking incredible. It was very cool. Also, both referees were trans. That's awesome. Now, that's all the shit that was awesome about the show. I think I got through everything that was awesome about the show. I mean, Venny versus Ida Surreal is literally just like one of my favorite matches of the year. It fucking kicked ass. And Kid Bandit versus Don't Die Miles was also really good. The bad parts of the show. From a technical standpoint, I will say, the announcer, the ring announcer, not commentary, the ring announcer, their microphone was not going through the soundboard the same way that the announcer microphone was, or the commentary microphones were. So from a live audience perspective, that microphone was echoey because you could also hear them in the house system at the venue. That was bad. I would count that as being certainly a bad element of the show. Also bad. The commentary team was, at one point, one of the wrestlers from a Rumble that happened. Ended up getting commissioned. Also, one of the announcers, not an announcer, a former wrestler who had been hired to come and run a roast that ended up not happening. There was going to be a roast, and that there were some cancellations due to a couple people had COVID and canceled from that. And then there was also some people that were like, hey, I'm not doing this, and bailed. And we'll get into why in a little bit. So the announcers, there was some misgendering because they did not have proper information because none of them were actual announcers, which is rough for a show like that to have elements where people were being misgendered is fucking unacceptable. But they did not have proper information presented because they were not announcers. But a lot of the show felt very half-assed and thrown together. The quality of the wrestling was great. It was the other things that weren't perfect. And the reason why is because it was a first-time production by a 23-year-old who is not in the wrestling business, loves wrestling, loves the trans community in wrestling, decided to put on a show and did not get enough fucking help for it. And then this is the part where I say, people didn't get fucking paid. They didn't get paid. Some of the wrestlers who were driving there ended up having to pick people up that were flying in because transportation was not provided. Lots of promises were not kept. And a lot of weight had to be picked up by people. And it was a shit show. Yes, oof indeed, said Ghost Valve. It was a complete and utter shit show. We should also say that Venny, who was flown in just for this event, wasn't put up in a hotel. Your main event wrestler. The reason why this show, one of the reasons why this show got the press it did, got the the look that it did from people, is Venny. Instead of putting that person up in a hotel, you brought her to the you put her up in the house of the promoter, who again is 23. And then you start finding out, okay, so the person that painted the canvas for the ring has not been paid. There's a bunch of other question marks on some payments of other things. They're tweeting about doing it again and how people said they wouldn't be able to pull it off. And then there's getting replies from people being like, yeah, but you haven't pulled this off. The event happened, but what's going on with the money? And then Transgrap's account and Wrestle Queerdom's accounts, again, run by Sally, shut down. Private. They put on private yesterday a message going out. I'm going to, there'll be a statement on Monday. On the misgendering by commentary, I'm asking because I generally don't know. Wouldn't it have been safer to use they, them for when they didn't have gender information for someone? So, Bobby, there are people in the trans community who them becoming a trans person and becoming the person they've always wanted to be is life affirming to them, right? So it's why we don't say preferred pronouns anymore, because it's not preferred, it's their pronouns. We used to say, we, meaning people who are cis, used to say, oh, well, actually their preferred pronouns are this. And no, we get rid of the preferred. Their pronouns are. So not everyone is like that, right? I'm not trying to generalize, but my friend Sazzy is they, them. That's important to them. But some of these people that were announcers have met Sazzy as a she, her. But that's not what it is. So that's important. Now, someone who is let's say, Eden von England, non-gender conforming a couple weeks ago, he, him right now. Eden wants you to refer to him as he, him. It's important for you to do that because it's important to him. And so for some people, it's not a big deal. Sunny Kiss, for a long time, was he, him, she, her, but none of this they, them. And it's great. That is what Sunny Kiss would like. I have not followed up on that, but I remember that being a thing that Sunny Kiss was putting out there as they were entering AEW. As hey, this is the deal with me. You can say he, him. You can say she, her. I'm not a they. That was important to Sunny Kiss. So it is different importance to different people, but as a thing that we, as allies, try to give people the pronouns they want, and that they are, not that they want. Again, that's my mistake. No problem, Bobby. And as always, hey, I'm a cis dude. I am a cis white dude who is queer, but in a invisible way. My demisexuality, it's hey, I don't have a letter. I got a letter in the gay alphabet, but you gotta really go far in that gay. You gotta start getting into question marks and numbers and stuff, and then you get to the D that I belong to, demisexual. So I understand that I am not speaking for people, but I am speaking on personal experience, trying to be a better member of the community. So anyway, so shit comes out on Sunday, and people are like, hey, what the fuck? People are stuck. People don't have gas money because they didn't get paid. People had to put up themselves up. And they're out of money. Is this wrestler all right? Is this person okay? What's going on? Kid Bandit basically was like, hey, if you are having trouble and you need money, I will help you. I am willing and able to assist, people that need that assistance. So let me know. We'll make sure you get some money, and we'll figure it out. Because they happen to be in a position where they could do that, which is incredible. The folks that do Paris is Bumpin', Pro Wrestling Vibe, Vibe all capital. Pro Wrestling Vibe also was helping out, trying to make sure that people got flights they needed, had gas money. The show was important and necessary, and then I also appreciate that Candy Lee was out there going, hey, it is important to do this shit, but also book trans people on your wrestling show. Having your own space, having a space, especially Paris is Bumpin' is important. Effie's Big Gay Brunch, those things are important, certainly, but it's also important to have representation on other cards. Kid Bandit versus Malachi Black is also fucking important to happen on a show. And to not talk about it. If they don't mention anything about Kid Bandit other than Kid Bandit loves goddamn anime, has power of anime on their side, hell yeah. Then that also is a win. Just as much as talking about their training or anything like that. So it's important to celebrate that shit, but it also is important to normalize and to have a home. And so even if Trans Graps goes away, even if Wrestle Queerdom never happens again, which probably shouldn't, it's still important to have that and to give people their flowers. Still very important. Do you see the video of the Japanese wrestling match where the kid's crying as the good guy gets hit? So the bad guy brings the good guy over by the seats to hit him some more. Lord Crashington, I did not see that. That sounds very good. That's just good. That's just proper heel work. You gotta give the people what they want, and in this case, what they don't want. That's very good. So yeah, so things are covered. I do want to read the statement. Thank you for posting that, Lord Crashington. Please post that on Discord. Exclamation point Discord. I'm going to do that right now. I can do that. I have the power to do that. Just copy and paste right there. I don't have my keyboard. Keyboard isn't easily reachable in my build setup. So right there. There's the Discord. If you want to join Discord, you find the link to that. So Transgraps put out a statement on Instagram, which is very funny. Again, I need to remind you that all we know about Transgraps is that it is run by a single person who uses she, her, and is 23 years old by their own admission named Sally. That's all we know about Transgraps. Some people know more than that, but as a public-facing thing, that's it. So here's the statement in all capital letters. We do want to wish Sally well in her future endeavors, as we do not believe she is a malicious person. Rather, we believe that she is deeply immature and or naive. Whatever the case, she is not the kind of person who is fit to represent a professional brand in such an upfront capacity. So again, Sally's doing the Spider-Man point at the Spider-Man gif. Or image, meme. Sally's also doing the hot dog costume. We're trying to figure out who did this. Sally is Trans Graps, and there's never been any indication that there's anyone else. Also, it's not a professional brand. It's a Twitter account that is helpful to exist, but is not that. And I don't know what else to say. I hope everyone gets paid eventually. I hope the people that shelled out of pocket get some help. I feel bad for the sponsors, including Smack Talk Showdown, which we have done on this stream. And I know those fine folks. I've been associated with them before and will again. I've competed in their own panels at PAX. They've been parts of mine and are great folks. And, if you are a cool indie show that is needs sponsors, they will probably, I'm not saying they definitely will, but they are likely to get on board with your shit, which is great. But I feel bad for everyone involved. I don't feel bad. And then some people were like, all right, you got to be done with this shit. We got to be out of this. You are manipulative and a liar, and things are fucked up. And we're sorry your mom spent a lot of money because you didn't understand how much promoting a wrestling show would cost. And then there was a statement that I really liked from Pro Wrestling 5 that was like, hey, they made the statement before the event when they were just being like, not shady, but they were, they're just like, subtweeting a little bit. They were like, not everyone has to be in the business. It's okay to just be a fan. Which is like, yeah, you don't really have to. Now, I say this as Pat, your friend Pat. I am not a wrestling promoter. I have never earned $1 in the business. I have sold wrestling-themed t-shirts and made money off that. I have facilitated the sale of a VHS tape that was a best of for the wrestling-themed panel that I've run. I have also wrote comedic sketches that were wrestling matches, but pretty much comedic sketches, for independent wrestlers. I have written comedic wrestling matches for people currently on AEW and the WWE. I have not in the business, but I have also promoted things. And I will tell you, the idea of me putting together a wrestle with my experience, I would never do it on my fucking own. I would partner with people that know what they're doing. It's not like you couldn't crowdfund an event like this if you need help. Yeah, I mean, look, crowdfunding is its own thing, but yes, there are ways to go about it. I hope people who bought Venny t-shirts got those shirts. I don't know if they ever will. I don't know where that money's going to end up being. Again, I just hope they do it. Do not sue. I am not saying that they will not receive their shirts. I am saying I hope they receive their shirts. I am not implying anything to the contrary. I am simply hoping for good luck. But yeah, I have. It's just one of those like, oh, this is just so bad, and so like easily preventable. Did I put? No, I didn't put this on wrong, but why won't these? I did something wrong here. Is this on backwards? Is this upside down? This is upside down. I was like, why isn't this coming together right? And why can't I put these rocket boosters on properly? It's because I did this wrong. So anyway, yeah, it's been. But like I said, I have never booked a wrestling show, but I have booked fun wrestling themed things that also have involved wrestlers. And I'll tell you, League of Heels is very difficult to put on, and that doesn't, like, I don't have to do travel. I don't have to do hotel accommodations for anyone. They're coming on their own. I'm booking them. Occasionally, we've had wrestlers come. They have not been paid. It is, they get a badge for a wrestler, for a cool thing. Some of whom do not use that badge for anything. They're just doing it because there'll be a live stream and it'll be out there and it's a fun thing and they want to hang out, and they're doing Ian my friend Ian, who's helped me book wrestlers, a favor. They're doing me a favor. They remember doing stuff at UCB and thought that would be neat to do something at PAX. And sometimes they're like, oh shit, I didn't know PAX Unplugged was a thing. Okay, I want to go check out some unreleased board games. Sure. It's like, okay, great. I will not say who, but there is a professional wrestler on the independent scene that came to PAX Unplugged and went and played D&D for like 4 hours, and said, "Don't tell anyone I'm playing D&D." And I was like, "You're a wrestler. You can play D&D, my dude." Oh no, I said my dude. But anyway, they said they didn't want people to know, so I won't say anything. All right, we're now body complete on this kit. We do have the mask. I put the sticker on because it was the last sticker. We do have the clown mask, the half clown mask, and I guess we could put that on the face of our kit here. Pull the head off and put it on there. But yeah, I haven't had to pay anyone, and I can't imagine doing a show where I also had to make sure that people got fucking paid, and do hotel accommodations for some people, and reimburse gas if they were like gonna pick people up at the airport, and yeah. I mean, also shout out to the wrestler whose name I cannot remember who it was, but the wrestler that also did commentary after they had wrestled a long match ended up being the only commentator. All right, so there's the clown face. Oh, no, we're not going to put that on. I don't think that looks cool. I think that looks bad. So we're not even going to do that. All right, now it's time to build the weapons. Because we are body complete on this kit. But we got to build the double Gatling guns. That's right. This kit, the first death sight, one Gatling gun. Second death sight, double Gatling gun. This death sight, 2 double Gatling guns. Because you got to keep increasing. The numbers must go up. They cannot go down. Damn it, I keep dropping shit. Anyway, I'm bummed about that. I hope that hope everyone financially does okay out of that issue, and I hope that I don't know. I hope Sally fucking figures her shit out and takes a goddamn break. If Sally starts continuing to use the name Transgraps, like the Twitter account and the Instagram account, and like pretends like it's somebody else, that's just sad. I hope they... I mean, it's tough to be 23 and to be doing something that you think is fucking awesome, and then you have to stop doing it. I understand that. But like, hey, welcome to the world of professional wrestling. You're a bad indie wrestling promoter. Congratulations. Also, it gave some excuse to people that don't need excuses to be transphobic and awful. It gave people the excuse they needed to be transphobic and awful, and obviously that shit fucking sucks. And then there was a lot of love for Kid Bandit. Kid Bandit trended on Twitter for helping out people financially that were stuck. So I got trended, which was cool, and got a big shout out from Brian Alvarez, which was really nice, who was also a fan. I should also say, hey, Kid Bandit, if you're here, shout out to you. You follow me on Twitter now, and that's weird. I think that's cool and weird. Honestly, there are a few professional wrestlers that follow me from Giant Bomb stuff and UCB stuff and various other things, which is always weird and very cool. And also possibly you follow me because Matthew, Greg from Botchamania also follows me, which is weird. So I think some wrestlers will follow me because of that. I don't know. I like to think Kid Bandit is following me because I talk about anime a lot. So shout outs. So yeah, that was the thing where I was like, I watched it last night with some people, and I was like, this is a really good show. But I also had spent the whole day learning about what happened behind the scenes of that show, and I was like, I'll have to talk about this on Monday. Let's see, was there anybody else I want to give a shout out to? Zeke Miller, you're going to hear a lot about, I think. And Candy Lee is still incredible. Edith Surreal. Goddamn Edith Surreal. Such a good wrestler. There's so much goddamn good wrestling out there. There's a show in Denver that is an old-timey wrestling show where, like, known wrestlers do, like, a different gimmick. And Ruby Soho has done it as Ruby the Riveter. And I, like, want to see that show real bad. I'm going to look up the name of it. I don't know if they're streaming, but I thought that that was such a good idea. Let's see here. I don't see it. Oh, old with an E, Wrestling Extravaganza. It's in Ohio. It's in Norwalk, Ohio. Pardon me. Yeah, the just announced Ruby Soho versus Gabby Jane as Dawn Delivery, which is I guess a delivery person, I think a newsie, versus Ruby the Riveter. And that's just a good fucking awesome. Just awesome. It's just a great idea. Yes, old gimmicks minus the racism. Indeed, Lord Crashton. Old gimmicks, modern values, and modern sensibility. Also, all the photos are in black and white. But then the poster isn't in black and white, but the performers' photos are black and white. And it's just like, I don't know. They made a stylistic choice that I don't dislike. But that is a fucking good idea for a show. Just doing an old-timey show. So shout-outs to that. That seems very fun. But yeah. I'm going to probably check out... I talked about this. Part of my New York plans are to go to a wrestling show, and I'm gonna fucking see Eddie Kingston in the main event of a wrestling show, and it's been a long time since I've seen Eddie main event or even wrestle. It's been a long time since I've seen Eddie wrestle, so that's gonna be awesome. House of Glory, Hog, gonna go check out that. I bought a ticket. I have put out a call for my wrestle friends in the New York area that if any of them also want to get a ticket, we can hang out together. And maybe some people who I won't see otherwise that weekend will want to go to the show. I am hopeful that I will see some people that I would like to see at a wrestling show. Because, damn it, that sounds good. So we'll see. I mean, again, I don't know. I don't know if we'll actually be able to get together. I can understand if people don't want to do that. With COVID still being a thing and monkeypox being a thing as well, I can understand why some people will be like, hey, Pat, sounds great. I'm not doing that. Terminal 5 is a big venue, so I'm just going to kind of, spread out. And I won't be ringside, so you don't have interaction with the wrestlers, hopefully. Too much interaction with the wrestlers. Build some rail guns here. Some Gatling guns, not rail guns. Rail guns are a different thing. But yeah, I'm excited to go do that. And I'm also excited about my New York trip. I'm going to keep talking about it because I need to amp myself up so I'm not freaked out by the idea of flying again in this year, going on a plane. It's been since December. So I got to psych myself up by being excited about going to my box and getting a bunch of stuff out of my storage unit. Getting a bunch of stuff out of there, trading some shirts out. I'm going to take some shirts that I don't really want to keep wearing for a while and trading with some stuff that are in storage. Getting all my League of Heels stuff. What am I going to do with that Raspberry Pi that's in a fake Lego set that looks like an NES? I think I'm going to make a pie hole with it, but I don't know. I also could just set it up and play video games on it. That Raspberry Pi is meant for showing video for for the League of Heels table. I only used it once for that. But I'm excited about having that. But it does also have games on it. I have wrestling games on there because I did envision someday either using that in a show or just having like matches at the booth. Flights have only gotten better lately. So, it's that thing of like, it's just the nervousness about being around a lot of people and getting sick. Like I haven't had COVID. I'm going to knock on wood there. I haven't had COVID. It's fucking awesome. Would love to keep it that way. But I also need to eventually move back to New York. So part of this trip is to, hey, maybe I'll get to do a comedy show. I'm trying to figure that out. It's still early in the month, but I'm trying to book myself and maybe get to do some improv or host a show for people or something like that. Make myself available to help people in that regard. But I would like to get out there and do some cool shit that may or may not involve being on stage. And then also, the primary reason I'm out there is to talk to people about jobs or the possibility of work and get something going. Hope you don't deal with canceled flights and shit. Yeah, so both of my flights are direct flights, so I don't have to worry about that. If I don't get into New York at a reasonable time, that's fine. If I don't get back from New York at a reasonable time, like I'm coming back on a Monday, I believe the 28th. I'm going to double check the date on that. The 29th. On Monday the 29th, I will be coming back. I'm going to start my stream that night late because I land at 8 o'clock. And even if I get back here in half an hour, which it should be about, I don't want to then immediately stream. So I'm going to do 10 p.m. that night. But because I don't want to have two streams that I miss because I'm going to miss that Saturday. I might do a check-in, but I'm going to most likely miss like the main of it, the main hangout part. So I want to do something. But basically, if my flight gets delayed or whatever, I can always just cancel. So coming back, it would be frustrating if my flight back got delayed or canceled because, well, one, if I got stuck in New York, that would be bad because at some point I just wouldn't have access to the Airbnb, and that would be frustrating. But also it would be a bummer because my folks would have to come pick me up, and I might have to contact them and be like, hey, flight's delayed 3 hours or something. I mean, if I have to cancel a stream that Monday the 29th, I certainly will. It's not like I would be like, oh, can't do it. I got to do it no matter what. Like, whatever. That Saturday, the 26th, where I might do... It's not going to be a model kit building stream, but it will be a hangout stream, depending on if my internet access there is good. Like, that's what it comes out to. It has to be good enough for me to stream on my laptop. If it isn't good, then I won't fucking do it, and I won't feel bad about that. I am realizing I forgot to put some parts here on this there, so we're gonna gotta finish that up, and we are also pretty close to finishing this Gatling gun here, so we'll get into that as well. But we'll get these parts done. But yeah, I did miss a step on the side skirt, so I do have to fix that. But we're close to being done here. Close to getting these guns done. That doesn't work. We can at least do this here. Hell yeah! Oh, these things always look cool. Always look cool. Other things. Yeah, my New York trip, like I said, I'm excited about it. Eventually I'll stop talking about it every stream, but I'm just like excited. Second hour, we're going to talk about manga. We're going to talk about anime, and then we'll talk about like what people have been streaming and watching and all that stuff. I like to do our check-ins because that's good to do. So we'll get into some check-in talk, see what people are up to, and what they're playing. I'll just I got some. I played some video games. Did I get back into Fallout 4 a little bit? Yeah, there was some mods. I keep it so every 3 or 4 days I go to Nexus and check out mods to see if there's anything that interests me. And some weeks there isn't. Some weeks there's just like, nope, nothing here, nothing that gets me going, nothing that makes me want to spend any time engaging. And then there's sometimes there are days where I'm like in there looking around and it's just like, oh shit, this is a cool looking location, or oh, this is a billboard replacer that's funny. Okay, that's fun. Stuff like that. Somebody they replaced one flag in the building with the Ukrainian flag. Oh, that's sweet. Okay, cool. Just shit like that. Sometimes it's very cool, and sometimes it's just like, yeah. This is your preset of this. Like, you spend a lot of time making this hot lady that you don't ever really see in the game. I mean, you see in the game, but not really see the game. Cool. You worked on a hot lady. Great. I don't need that. I don't need your preset. Oh, cool. You redesigned a NPC in the game to be more of what makes you horny. Fun. I mean, good for you, but okay. Not necessarily what I need, but all right. People do that too. All right, so this is gonna go like this. We're gonna need these open here because we gotta have them hold these weapons. So make sure that everything is lined up properly, so we can use these handles. So we gotta do it like this. Hell yeah. All right, so after the sorry, not after. What am I gonna say? We will after our pause for the cause, we will come back and we will finish this part of the skirt that we need to do here, and then we will put these guns on, and then we'll take some photos, and then we'll start a new model kit. That's right, we got a new model kit coming. But I'm done with all these other parts here. These are just like parts from the other version of the Heavy Arms, because we could always make it just a different colored old version of the Heavy Arms if we wanted to, but we don't need to do that. So yeah, lots of sprues left over here, but we're done basically other than A. We need A for the little parts that we missed. But yeah, plenty of extra components. Parts, I should say, not components. And some polycaps. All right. We'll get into that, though, after our pause for the cause. If you are new to the stream, this is what's going to happen right now. I'm going to talk about ways you can support the channel. All of the things I'm about to talk about are optional. You don't have to do any of these things. But if you would like to do something here, you're more than welcome to, and I would love it if you did. If you are currently a subscriber, you can throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the Scythe emote in chat. Becoming a subscriber is the easiest way to support what I do here. You get the blue emote if you're a tier 2, but throw those emotes in chat. Let the people see. One of the reasons we did have Bobby Dice Roller resubscribe, which was awesome, and Lashbrook and Jam resubscribe. And Lashbrook and Jam use their Prime Gaming token. If you have Amazon Prime linked with your Twitch, you get that token. You can use it for a subscriber every month, and you can use it on me. That would be great instead of cash money. You could also gift a sub. If you gifted 2 gift subs this month, you would bump out Aristophan for the gift sub leaderboard. Because right now we got Firestar Man and Bobby Dice Roller with 5 gifts each, and Aristophan with 1 gift. Gifting a sub is another way to support what I do here. If you're already a subscriber, you just want to share the love a little bit, help me out. That is another option that you have. I was just looking at this and seeing that I think I did something wrong here, so we'll see. Sorry. Distracted. So that's another way to support what I do. Bits and coins always appreciated. Again, we'll get back to building. I just have to go through. I gotta do my ad reads. Gotta get my ads read. Another way to support what I do, if you're not interested in doing that, is going through Twitch. If you're like, no, I don't give Twitch my information, Pat, like that. I don't spend money like that. Well, why not go over to patreon.com/PatBear. Check out Patreon. $1, $3, $5, and $10 tiers. Different rewards for the different tiers. Different ways to support what I do. Consider it. I'd be glad if you did. But yeah, head over on the Patreon. Check that out. Check out what the rewards are. Also, I have a YouTube channel. If you're not already subscribed to my YouTube, get on that. Please subscribe to my YouTube. It would help. Watch a video or two. But you could also join there. Memberships. $2 a month. You get my Wednesday video on Tuesday. Yeah, that's right. I put out a new video every Wednesday, and you get that on Tuesday. That's cool. I'll talk about that video that you could watch coming up. You literally tomorrow get a video instead of having to wait till Wednesday. And if you're like, Pat, I would love to help you out once in a while. I can't do monthly. Can't do those 3 options are monthly. Can't do that. Well, jump on over to my PayPal directly, or Stream Elements, or my Coffee, because you could do a one-time donation. Everything I make through one-time donations through YouTube AdSense, so watching my videos and or subscribing, joining there. My Patreon and my Twitch. Everything I make through all of that goes into a fund. I take money out of that. I buy model kits with that. This kit, I would not have been able to pre-order this kit in February. A kit that I have been wanting to build for so long. I would not have been able to build that without your generous support. There's also the next kit I'm going to build. I bought because of I was able to purchase because of your support, which means a lot to me. Which I'm just going to go hide over here because we'll need that soon. And the kit I'm building after that is done was bought off my Amazon wish list. I just put that out for $5 and $10 patrons. That video will be out for everybody else tomorrow. That's how you jump the queue, is you buy something from my Amazon wish list and it becomes the next thing I build. We'll take a quick look at that. Again, the least I can do is to build that in a timely manner. I don't know who bought the thing that I will be building in the future that was off the wish list, which is the Star Build. I forget Star Build Strike Gundam was that kit. I don't know who bought that, but I appreciate you. So I have Lego sets. I've got inexpensive kits, very expensive kits, kits that are on sale, kits that have free shipping, kits that have free Prime shipping, which is different than free shipping, or Amazon Prime shipping. That run the gamut of being very inexpensive to, hey, why is that kit $50? It's a high grade. Why is the Geminis $50? It's because it's a premium Bandai kit. That's why. But yeah, a bunch of different kits, and then some gear at the bottom, because it's always nice to have gear. Like if you want me to have a better stream deck, you could buy the more expensive stream deck and give me more buttons so I could have more sound effects loaded up. And do more stuff off the Stream Deck. You could do that. You don't have to. Not the Steam Deck. I didn't put a Steam Deck up there, but the Stream Deck. And also like a chair that's way better than my chair. Eventually I might just buy that, but I don't know. It's a big purchase. If I do buy a chair, it won't be from Amazon. I'll say that. If you buy me a chair, it's from Amazon. Anyway, again, I shoot a video about that. It jumps the queue. Alternative to that is Throne. I have a Throne wish list. You can buy something off my Throne wish list. And the same rules apply to the Amazon list. It's a more curated, smaller list there. And then USA Gundam Store. You could buy a gift card to USA Gundam Store, because that way it's not a wish list. You're just buying me a gift card. Then you get a code in your email, and then you send me that code, and I will use that code to buy something from USA Gundam Store. Speaking of which, did I pre-order from USA Gundam Store the G Gundam horse? Yes, I did, because I will have the real grade God Gundam at some point, and it should have a horse stand. I did pre-order that. I've got the God Gundam coming from Gundam Planet and the horse coming from USA Gundam Store, which is hopefully they will arrive. Hopefully I don't get the horse first, because that would be a bummer. Anyway, if you want to help me out, I talked about it before, but I have a Discord. That's a way to support me for free. I post build photos after every stream. People post stuff they're working on. The Discord. It's nice. A couple video links for you to check out. Pat Baer's Anime Club. I'll have a new one on Monday, but right now, the current one is me talking about manga. I do want to say that one of the manga I talk about, one of the 5 weird premises for a manga that I talk about, is becoming an anime next year. I won't tell you which one. I'll tell you it's not the one about being reincarnated as Yamcha. That is not becoming an anime. One of the other 4 is becoming an anime. So watch that video and see if you can guess which one it is. You probably know, but one of them is becoming It might not be the one you think it is, but one of those 4 anime or manga is going to become an anime, which is wild. And I didn't know that when I recorded it. Do You Remembaer is my ongoing video series where every week I read an article online. It's on Wikipedia, but I don't want to say it's always going to be Wikipedia, but it currently is always Wikipedia. And then I try to remember everything from that article. And this video was me talking about the practice known as barring out, where school children in England, not everywhere, but a lot of England, would do a thing every Lent where they would try to keep the headmaster out of the classroom or school, and it got out of hand. And then eventually it stopped because at one place there was a headmaster that did not know the tradition. It was like, don't. And then the word kind of got out that like, hey, people are backing off of this. That's nonsense. The one that's coming up on Wednesday is also about a British thing. And it was not planned. It just happened that was the thing that I thought was interesting. So I wanted to talk about it. August could be British month. I just could do that. I could do every Wednesday in August could just be... Oh, at one point I will have to do 2 of these because I will be traveling the day I normally record them. I got to remind myself. The 31st, the one that comes out on the 31st, I got to do my research on that one. I got to do that ahead of time. All right, I think that's everything that I need to say about that. I am going to get into some manga talk. We're going to start with manga, and then we'll do anime talk. But the first thing I have to do is drink some water, because that is important to get your water in. So I'm going to drink some water, and then we're going to talk about some manga, and then talk about some anime. But we're going to dramatically transition right now. Water. It's pretty great. All right, let's finish this kid up. Let's finish the fight. I'm going to check my notifications on Twitter real quick. Okay, great. Somebody liked a tweet I posted a while ago. Lord Crashing wants me the dance button. Here's the dance button. Here we go. Cha. Thank you for hitting that dance button. Thanks for using your channel points. I will make it very clear that when we do our, like, if I do my Saturday check-in when I am in New York, I will make it very clear that I'm not bringing my stream deck. There's no reason for me to do that if I'm just doing one stream. So I will not. Maybe I will have. No. I'm saying maybe I'll have that song on my phone, and then I could just play it on my phone, but I won't have it on the computer because I don't want to run like an MP3 player while I'm trying to do OBS, because even just one camera on that laptop is like 33% of my CPU power. So I don't want to risk anything. I'm not going to risk it for the biscuit on that one. All right, let's pop this piece off, put these things on that I forgot to do. And then we'll get some photos together because this kid will be done. All right, hold on. Hell yeah. All right. So this goes on like this. All right, let's talk about some manga. Living Comfortably in a Different World with a Cheat Tablet is the first manga I will talk about here. These are both actually manga. Neither of them are manhwas, which I certainly read a lot of South Korean comics, but neither of these are those. These are both manga. All right, so the first manga that I want to talk about is, as I said, Living Comfortably in a Different World with a Cheat Tablet. It is very simple. This is an overpowered main character, but he is not overpowered in his like strength and speed and agility. He does fight a little bit. He does not want to. He wants to be a porter. He does like, he wants to use his cheat. He's got a tablet that no one can see, where he can upgrade things and fix things and find out information about things. Like he has, appraisal. He can also buy items uh, like a store, like Japanese food items, which really helps. And like he a thing I like about this story is, one, he's not an overpowered main character in many regards. This isn't an action series. There is some action, but it's not an action series. And two, the first group of people he meets, he doesn't stay with, because since he can't go on adventures, the first group he meets they're actually too good of adventurers for his kind of like skill set, and there's some resentment. So he's just like, "Hey, I'm just gonna quit." And of course, they don't regret it, because they're not like, they don't regret it in the same way that you would expect some people to regret those kind of things, because they're not complete total assholes. But they do regret it eventually, because he is very strong and helpful. So then eventually he does find like a lower tier crew, and they have a house, and they're like, yeah, you can live here and do your work. And they're nice, and they appreciate him, and he's feeling appreciated, which he didn't always have in his past life. So it's a nice series. I don't have like a ton of things to say about it. I think it's like very good. I don't know if it's like incredible. I wouldn't necessarily say that it's an incredible series, but I do think that it is a fun series, and I would recommend it. I think if you're looking for another one of those isekais, and you're looking for something like that isn't as aggressive as some of the other ones, I think you could find something to appreciate with this. Living comfortably in a different world with my cheat tablet. Again, I like it. I should say, the last chapter that I read, our main character does pass out, because he doesn't even realize it. The food that he prepares has healing properties, and he ends up healing someone's voice, and I assume magic goes out of control or something, but they inadvertently hurt our main character. So it's a bit of a cliffhanger, and I am interested to see what the fuck happened. Also, I want to see if their first group like comes crawling back. Again, they weren't like assholes. This is actually giving me some trouble here, so pardon me. They weren't like assholes. They just he left to make things less awkward, which probably for the best. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out. There we go. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Best way to get this on. Sorry. Weird. This should just like slip on and not be a fucking problem, but it is proving to be a fucking problem. Let's see. Maybe I'll just put it on without. Yeah, I'll just put it on without putting the handle on. Nope, that falls off if I do that. Cool. Why am I struggling with this? I don't know. I don't know why did I put on the wrong one? Yeah, this fit on the other side. I don't know. Sorry, everybody. There we go. I got that on. I'm just going to fake it. I'm just going to point the gun down and we'll fake it. All right. So we're going to take a photo with all of the rockets open, because we are now complete on our kit. And then we will do a photo with the guns on the back and all of the rockets closed. And that will, which I certainly wouldn't do. If I was going to display, I would be displaying like this. So that's the first manga I want to talk to you about. The second manga I want to talk to you about is level 999 Demon Lord and a level 1 slime, which is this is a short series. It is usually 2 pages. It is a cute little kind of slice of life. As I said, it is not an isekai or anything like that. The Demon Lord, she is incredibly impressive and strong and badass. And one day, they're in the fight. They're in a fight with the humans, the humanity. And one day, she comes across a refugee that is staying in the castle, and he is a cute little level 1 slime. And he is not afraid of her in any way because she is the savior. And she thinks that he thinks that she is cool as hell and like such a nice, cool lady. And he's very cute because he's just a little slime guy. He is an anthropomorphic slime. He can walk around, so he is not like just like a ball slime. He's like a slime guy. He's a little slime guy. Why is this giving me such trouble? God damn it. We're so close to being done with this kit. Why am I running into issues now? Anyway, it is a cute little story of her like looking out for him and him like basically he just he charms the pants out off of her. He's just like, you're so cool and tough and strong. I don't understand. Like, this is awesome. And she's just like, all right, I'm taking you under my wing. I'm going to train you. And just recently, one of her other like generals is also helping him become stronger and train, which meant that our demon lord was jealous that they were spending some time together. And it's a sweet little series. I don't know if it's your cup of tea, but I think it's very cute to watch this like little guy like charm the pants off of like this vicious, scary demon lord and have her like have somebody that's just like enamored and psyched to be around her and how that affects her. I think it is very cute and I recommend it if you're looking for a fun little manga to check out. I would definitely say that you should try out level 999 Demon Lord and a level 1 slime. Because it's just fucking cute. And again, short, easy to digest. Worth checking out. Alright. I gotta take a photo of this with all its many rockets open. I opened everything up. You can see here. This is our completed fucking kit. Look at this thing. Got all our missiles here, the rockets, the legs, the waist, the sides here. Oop, I got to open that up. These things are supposed to open up as well. The guns make these hard to open up and stay open because these guns weigh a lot. We got the guns. We got everything. Got our two double barrel guns. This thing is remarkable and fantastic. And I'm going to take a photo of it right now, and then I will show you the version where the guns are on the back and not and just chill, because that requires a little bit of changing it around. All right, so I'm going to put this here, and then is that photo going to be good? I'm going to put it there. Take this away. Spoiler of my next kit. It's the Dragon Gundam from G Gundam. It's a non-grade Dragon Gundam. That's what I'm building next. It's going to be a terrible little figure with lots of stickers that are going to be annoying to put together. So, I don't know, get hyped for that, I guess. Maybe I don't want to display it. Can I just do it like this? I might have to do it like this and not use the stand. Yeah, I'm going to have to do it like that. All right, there's that photo. Take these off here. And then pop this in. Take this here. Pop that in. Now I just have to take all these parts there. All right, so that is the manga that I wanted to tell you about. Now I've got to update you on the anime. The anime I got to talk to you about, which is, of course, Parallel World Pharmacy and my Isekai life. I gained a second character class and became the strongest sage in the world. We are still a week behind on that. Eventually I will get caught up on that, but not yet. And Parallel World Pharmacy I am caught up on, which is nice. I do have a short series that I'll be checking out for Thursday, because I did not know that it came out. I remembered it, but I didn't know anyone picked it up, I should say. Because I will talk about Doomsday with My Dog, which is a short series that High Dive picked up. I did not know that High Dive was going to pick up that story, and I am interested in checking that out. So I will talk about that on Thursday, because I believe that's a Tuesday show. But they're shorts, and I want to know how long the little videos are and see if I want to watch a bunch of them or get caught up or whatever. But that's not now. That's the future. All right, let me see how these go, because I can't remember how to switch them out. This piece comes out and changes around. Oh, this flips out like this. It goes in like that. So that these can connect. Ugh. Maybe I can just use this here. Hell yeah. Use my... There. All right, and then this goes like this. Or how does this work? Sorry, everybody. There it goes, like that. Great. Now we've got the alt version, which is the guns on the back version. And why would you do this? Who would do this? Who would put guns on the back of the kit like this and just have it hang out like that? I wouldn't. That's for damn sure. I would not do this. Who would want this? Why would you want it like this? Why would you want them like this? Why would you not want them out and about? I don't know, but maybe somebody out there does. Maybe it's somebody else for that. All right, let me take a photo of this, and then we'll get into the Dragon Gundam and start working on the Dragon Gundam. All right, that is this kit. Again, I've been so fucking hyped to work on this kit for years. I've wanted to build this. I'm so excited to finally have it. I will, off stream, get it back into the cool display mode where all the weapons are out. But I have so wanted to work on this kit for so long. I'm so excited to finally have the opportunity to build it. Thank you very much for going on this journey with me for the Heavy Arms. And now we're going to switch gears. And we're going to build the Dragon Gundam. Right there. There's the Dragon Gundam. And I can go and get Heavy Arms. I can just delete that there. All right, great. I'm going to put this over here. No, I'm not going to put this over here. I got to put this somewhere. It's out of the way. Dragon Gundam. Just... we got a couple sprues here. We got 3 sprues. We got some poly caps, including the hands. This is a non-grade from the year 1994. So this is not a 144 scale. This is stubbier and shorter. You can see the stickers do a lot. There's not just an eye sticker. There's a whole goddamn face sticker that has to go on. That's bad. That's a bad call. The centerpiece part is also a sticker. This is worrying. Again, 3 sprues. It's not a chibi kit, but it is just a small kit. All right, so I'm going to update our stream info here. I don't think we're going to finish tonight, but we're definitely going to finish this on Thursday, and then we'll start the new kit that I have that was bought off my wish list. So by an anonymous person, because they did not include a note. The Dragon Gundam from G Gundam is the kit that we're building here. So that's silly. And let's see. Green will use black, and we'll use gray on this white. I mean, this white is pretty gray. Should we use black on this, or should we use... Because it's off-white for sure. Let's look on the back here. That's black on that. I don't know. Put this on the... Some black there. And then we'll do brown on the red, certainly. Let me just hit this part here because we won't really see this. It'll be covered up. Yeah, I think we're going to do gray on this. Even though this is like an off-white, I think the black will be too strong. So we're going to do gray on this. And I think that'll look fine. If it doesn't look fine, we'll change it. But then we can edit this here to say green. We'll use black on the green. Great. And yeah, we'll use I decided to look it up, and according to Gundam Wiki, the Shenlong Gundam is just based off the Dragon Gundam design. Yeah, so the Shenlong is like a prototype Shenlong. Yeah. It is one of the legacies of the G Gundam is that one, the God Gundam, the Shining Gundam / God Gundam, that is like a lot of people have taken inspiration for that as a good main ass Gundam. And then yeah, the Dragon Gundam, like the Shenlong, Altron, Nadaku are just like definitely inspired by this kit. Yep. 1 year, 2 years before. The Gundam series before. So yeah, Dragon Gundam. This instruction booklet, very small. It does have a core fighter because that is how you entered these vehicles, which was cool, or these Gundams. But yeah, this instructions, 1994. Tiny instruction book. Not helpful in any way, shape, or form. I'm just going to put all of these off to the side when I'm going to use we got A1, we got B, and then A2. No point in using my separator. Anyway, we got to talk about anime. Parallel World Pharmacy. The gist of this one is Polycap C. Oh god, these goddamn numbers are. This instruction booklet is so goddamn small. It literally doesn't say like A1. It just says like 43 because it goes 1 through 10 here, and then this is number 11. So even though it says A1, A2, and B, it still only lists the fucking numbers. Just like, what is happening right now? You know how to do this at this point. 42, 43. Anyway, let's see. So, let's see here. What we got here? Parallel World Pharmacy. At the end of the last episode, our dude Pharma opened up his own goddamn pharmacy. He got permission from the Empress, who he saved the life of, and he is now owning and operating a pharmacy. And business is fucking slow. So this is 42 and 43. Business is really slow because people don't know to trust him. He only has one customer, a sailor named, I think I wrote down, Gene, who buys sweets that are meant to stop scurvy, to cure scurvy. And the idea is that, this is a good way to prevent that, and maybe more people will tell about it. Beatrice shows up. That's Pharma's mom, whose name I didn't know until recently. And she's just like, what you could do is you could sell cosmetics, but the real thing is, at this point, people are fucking against cosmetics because the face powder is toxic for a lot of women. But that's because primitive makeup of this era uses lead, or contains lead. Doesn't use lead, it contains lead. So he's like, oh yeah, okay. And then Pharma, hey, weirdly enough, Pharma receives a customer who is Chloe de Chelton, and he diagnoses her with anemia because of all the bloodletting she's been getting. And she's not been bloodletting as like a cure for anything. She's been bloodletting to make her paler, which is a real practice that existed. The idea of using that to make you seem more pale. Guess what? She has fucking anemia, so that sucks. And he's just like, all right, I'm gonna make you a makeup that has sunscreen in it and also will moisturize your skin. And then everyone's psyched about that. And also his prices are really good. So people are even more fucking psyched about that shit because suddenly there's a dude that has like low prices and, you know, has stuff that people want and works really well. So suddenly he's like, well, I made this as treatment. I don't want to run a cosmetics company. But Chloe's like, I'll invest in it. You should run a separate company because this shit rules and people are going to want to buy it. Everyone loves low prices. Indeed, high quality for low prices. People are goddamn on board. But also, Chloe's like, I know I want this stuff. That's a business, my friend. Let's make some money. I will invest. Well, he's going to need people to run that. Hey, here's another thing that happens. You know what also people like? Healthcare and respectful employers. Because there are a lot of women out there that were pharmacists that had to lose their jobs because they became pregnant and they had to quit their jobs. And then they've had trouble getting new jobs after that. You know, or they're their mothers and they're you know, but they can, their kids are grown enough that they can go and work. So that's when Pharma's like, all right, well, hey, have you ever heard of this thing called maternity leave? And they were like, no. And he's like, yeah, it means that you were guaranteed your job after a certain period of being home with your kid. Come back. And they're like, fuck yeah, that sounds great. They don't say that, but you know that is the implied thing, is they think that fucking rules. And so he now has some very loyal staffers because, you know, you treat people right, you give them good opportunities, and they will respond in kind. So they're like, hell yeah, our boss kicks ass. So, you know, he's doing good on that front. And then, hey, turns out the new makeups that he makes, the Empress is like, big fan of what you're doing here. Real big fan of this. This makeup rules. What is this? Lip balm? Hell yeah. I love this stuff. In fact, I love this stuff so much. We're going to make it so that lead-based makeup is now illegal. I don't want it in my kingdom. I don't want anyone running into this stuff. Get that shit out of here. And that's when she's also like, hey, I'm going to do this. You should sell your recipe to your makeup to other noble stores because I'm about to make the things they make illegal and then they will be out of job. So you need to kind of help out here. Did I fuck this piece up? Or is it? No, I don't think I did. This is just not fitting right. And I'm struggling a little bit here to get these like rockets to fit in properly. My apologies. Anyway, yeah, so she's like, you should do that. And then also you have to raise your prices some because you are making it that commoner pharmacists, people that generally their clientele are only commoners, you could also be putting them out of business because your prices are so competitive. And that's when pharma is like, oh shit, yeah. I don't know enough about business. I was a pharmacist, you know, he was a medical researcher in his previous life, and now he's a pharmacist / business owner in this life. And he's just like, oh yeah, I don't know enough about that. I should have seen it. So I like that. Hey, welcome, Stevie. So I like that about parallel pharmacy. Like, he is incredibly powerful. He's like a gifted doctor and all that. But he also is just like a dude. So he doesn't pretend to be all-knowing. He's just very strong. Man, I can't get this fucking thing to line up right. And I don't know why. And one thing about doing this kit from this era, this is a 1994 kit, I remind you, is that it is frustrating in some ways because the photos are very small. All right, I think I got that lined up right. And now I got to get like this lined up right. Nope, nope, it popped out. I can try to get like some of this done or connected. And then try to get this in properly. Let's see. Do that. Kind of like shoring it up here and then kind of locking it in place. I'm not describing that properly, but I think you get what I'm saying. Like, I'm trying to like get these started together and then kind of just slip in the piece I need. Anyway, that's Parallel World Pharmacy. You know, it's slow pace. There is going to be some action. I don't know if we'll get it in. I think we'll get it in this because I have read the manga, and I think we're getting at the point now where there's going to be some action. God damn it! Sorry, everybody. Trying to get this. Gonna get that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm having a lot of trouble getting this thing connected. I said that we'd finish it on Thursday, but if it's going to be, you know, because it's a small little kit, so theoretically this would all like just piece well together, really nice and easy. But if it's going to be, if every step of this kit is a frustrating nightmare, then it won't be a fast build. So this is going to go in like this. I'll just connect this together just so I can look at it. Like even getting this piece in, nothing like fits quite right. Okay, so this is how it's supposed to look. This is on here, and then this has to go in on the side. You can see them sticking out of the photo, so kind of want to like that. Oh, he's got to go even more. That's the problem. I can't quite figure out how this is supposed to look. I guess it looks like that. I'm not trying to force my way to get this together, but I am. Yeah, I want to separate it like, I'm going to try to separate it like this and see if that'll work. Anyway, the other anime that I want to talk to you about is My Isekai Life. I gained a second character class, became the strongest sage in the world. A reminder, this is a guy just wakes up in a fantasy world. He is definitely the chosen one. He is there to be the sage and to save the world. He is kind of nonplussed by the whole thing and definitely does not think that he is special. He underestimates his own abilities constantly. But I like that. All right, this fit together. This is done. We got this done. I imagine these will fucking pop off at some point. Like fall off, not pop off like cool shit. But fall off. Let's get this panel lined a little bit here. We can get something done on it. So, in the last episode, he was in this small town helping out. They've had unseasonable weather. Winter came out of nowhere, and it lasted too long. And in his attempts to help them, he has discovered that there are these crystals he keeps running into. So that means the cult is around. There's a cult of the Blue Moon. They are cultists. They're trying to bring about some calamities for unknown reasons. Last time he captured a couple of them, they committed suicide, which when it happens to this one, he is weirdly surprised by that, and at this point should not be. But anyway, he finds an underground area. He puts the slimes in stealth mode, which is fun, so they just kind of run around doing recon. Slimes are very good at recon. And they find machines that are making those crystals that he had to deal with that have been sucking up the reason why the weather is weird is because they've been sucking up all the mana in the area, the natural mana, which has affected the weather. So Yuji puts a stop to that shit. They freak out. He tries to capture a bunch of people. We see two of them die. It is implied that all the rest died, but he's like, I don't have a better solution. And that's a lie, because he does have a better solution, because in the previous episode, we watched him freeze people, and they were alive when they got unfrozen. So he could theoretically freeze them. He just doesn't, and it is just unexplained why he does not decide to do that in this case, but he doesn't. He does not save them. But the problem is, When all of them die, then let's see, 35 and 36 is these here. When everyone dies, there's a giant explosion underneath this abandoned village that they were in. Oh, we got going on here. We got a new follower, Space Cadet. Thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Happy to have you here on the old Build With Baer. We're working on the Dragon Gundam. The Dragon Gundam from G Gundam. This is a non-grade from 1994. It is tiny and weird. And I am enjoying putting it together. Kind of. I was struggling at the beginning of this build, but now things are coming together pretty easily. Anyway, Yuji. Hey, Yuji almost dies in this one. This overpowered main character that rarely struggles at all, struggles a little bit with his explosion. He creates some new magic because when his magic power goes down, it goes into negative numbers, and then he starts exchanging his health for it. And he gets pretty low. He does win, but it is a little touch and go there. But he does stop the big catastrophe, and there's a big party because the winter is over. They don't know that Yuji did this, and he does not. He inform them, hey, actually, I'm the reason why. Shit's cool. You're welcome. He just is happy that everyone's happy and eats some incredible food. And then the slimes had gotten some documents while shit was going down, but they had spells on them, and all of these scrolls disappear except for one, which just so happens to contain a hit list. And unfortunately, at the bottom of that hit list is Yuji's name. Assassins are coming after Yuji, and we'll deal with that in the next episode, I'm sure. Yes, we will. That Yuji is going to have to deal with goddamn assassins coming after him. Will he be able to deal with them? Yes, he will. God damn it. Yeah. This kit is going to be cute looking when it's done, but it is fucking frustrating. Because it is like a weird little thing. I mean, this is better than nothing if you really like G Gundam. You bought these things when it came out because this was the way to get something from the show you liked. Dude, maybe I have the wrong parts here. It's possible. 35 and 36 are the parts that should be on here. Oh, I have 34 and 36. That's why. Hey, that's one of the reasons why this isn't working, right? Is because I had the wrong part. But anyway, my Isekai life, another good Isekai. I'm still enjoying it. I still think there's some good shit about that I would like to read. Or not read. I'll keep watching it. I am going to get caught up at some point because I am behind on the series. But sooner or later, I will get caught up. All right, now is the part of the stream. Will you let me know? What are you watching? What are you playing? What are you checking out? I did not watch any of Evo because I don't really pay too much attention to it. I should watch some of the multiverses because I do like playing that game. So I should check some of that out. So I might check out like highlights of that. But I did not go out of my way to find anything related to the streams. But I hope it was good. But I want to hear from you. What are y'all into? What are you watching? What are you playing? You checking anything out? I got a Hearthstone deck I like. So that's fun. I have an Evolved deck that I've been enjoying, and my pretty fun Death Rattle Rogue deck, wild deck, has been getting some wins in because there's some new Death Rattles that work really well in that deck. And people don't want to, I suddenly have an advantage, and some people just concede, which is fine. It's fine that they do that. I do that sometimes. There are certain decks that I don't want to play against, that if I don't get an advantage early and win by like turn 8 on like Druid, they're going to combo me. Because my turn 8 is their turn like 16. So I have certainly conceded that plenty of times are their matches where I'm just like, nope, I didn't get the cards I need for my combo. Not going to do it. Lesper says, if y'all are interested, all you need to watch is Street Fighter 5 Top 8. I heard good things about Street Fighter this year, like that it went out on a positive note because they won't, next year will be 6. So this was 5's swan song, and that it went out on on a high note, which is great to hear. Again, probably not going to watch that, but good to hear. I unlocked Indiana Jones in Fortnite, says Lord Crashington, and working to unlock Sexy Indy next. Oh, okay. I didn't know there was Sexy Indiana Jones. Cool. All right, I mean 12 and 11, great. And then last week says I finally completed this season's Battle Pass at Apex yesterday, just in time for the new season to start tomorrow. Hell yeah, well at least you completed it. That's good. I'm glad you completed it, Lashbrook. That sounds rad. If anybody else is playing anything or watching anything, you can let me know, because I do love hearing about what you're up to and into. My stream on Wednesday will be Jackbox Party Pack. We're playing Jackbox Party Pack 7. You know the drill by now. That's, of course I'll explain it on Wednesday again, but, you got to have your Twitch account linked in order to play, so that way you log in with your username, and then we don't have anybody logging in with the wrong information, so that way we can keep y'all honest, because it is important to do that. All right, so this is got to go like, does this connect here? And then it connects like that? I think that's how it works. Yeah. No, it just... What the fuck? Sorry. I'm confused. This just... doesn't look like any part of this is actually connected to any part of this here. No, there's this piece. It goes like this. Wait. Sorry. There we go. Okay. Goes like that. I finished up Netflix Resident Evil show, and that goes to places. And Lester says, "Yeah, I was surprised how much I liked it." Yeah, as you know, I don't have Netflix right now, so I have not checked out any of this series. But I have heard mixed things. I've heard people who really liked it, and people who enjoyed how much they didn't like it. Which that's fine as well. But they enjoyed making fun of it, I guess, is what I'm saying. All right, that connects weird. This whole thing connects odd, because basically this arm has just like really weird movements because it's got, there's the dragon claw here. So we'll panel line this. And I think at the very end of this kit is where you put stickers on. Maybe you do. No, you do the head. Okay, they do have you do the head as you go, so that's good. Sometimes these old kits will do like, and at the end, put on stickers, match the photos. Bert and Obi stuff, was it Florida being? I don't know. I'm currently reading a book on how to safely fall down stairs. It's a step-by-step process. Ironhide the Fourth. Thank you, Ironhide the Fourth. I appreciate that joke. Ironhide's got jokes. Also, welcome. Happy to have you here on the old Build With Baer. We're getting close to wrapping up. We're working on we just started the Dragon Gundam. We finished the Heavyarms Custom from Endless Waltz. Master grade that I have been coveting for many, many years, wanting to build. Finally completed that build. Look forward in the background of my stream in the future, because it's going to go back there on display very soon, because I'm very excited to have it and to have it completed. All right, so we're going to clean this up here with an eraser. That actually, the black marker on this looks real good on this gold here. So that's awesome, but we'll just clean this up. Get that ready. But yeah. So you Jackbox on Wednesday. Haven't figured out, like, video game-wise, I don't really have anything new. I would like to get something new in so I can talk about it. But right now I haven't made any plans for anything new video game wise, but I'd like to have something to do tomorrow. I don't know. I mean, multiverse is still multiverse. I still play Batman and Shaggy. I don't know what else to tell you. I haven't found anything else that has gotten me interested in. I will eventually, probably, hopefully have something else that I like, but right now that's it. So we're going to continue the Dragon Gundam on. I'm not even going to take a photo. No, I'm bothered. But we'll continue working on that. We'll do the other arm. And then the legs. We probably will finish this on Thursday, and so we might get to the Star Strike Gundam Star Build Strike Gundam. That is the next kit that we're working on. Do you see the new Ska-tune cover of Running Down a Dream? Yes. Tom Petty is made for ska. Is my response to that. It's good. Ska-tune Network is good. Ska-tune Network covering Tom Petty is good. That cover is good. That's my insightful commentary, everybody. Good shit. I like it when stuff's good, and that was good. All right, that's going to do it for tonight's stream. We're going to end on that note, weirdly enough. But we are going to raid. We're small but mighty tonight. We don't have a lot of folks here by the end of the stream. But we do definitely have enough people to go on a cool raid. So we're going to find somebody who's doing cool shit on the internet and go give them some love. I don't know who we're going to go raid. We'll find somebody as always. So let's see. Who is doing stuff that I want to go give a shout to that I like? Let's see. I mean, it's Monday. It's Monday, and Mary Kish is playing Power Wash Simulator, so I think we definitely need to go raid Mary Kish. Also because someone else that I like is playing Splinter Cell, and I don't think I really want to watch whichever version of Splinter Cell that they're raiding. So, I mean, yeah. Mary switched to a cooking sim game. Okay, I didn't know that. It hasn't updated, or her title is Mary Mondays with Power Wash Simulator, so she switched to a different game. That's fine. We're still gonna raid Mary because Mary rules. So let's go give her a raid. Feel free to come along on the stream. I hope you have a great rest of your night. Let's get this going. Raid Mary Kish. Great. We're raiding Mary. Again, my next stream will be on Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern. I'll be doing Jackbox Party Pack 9 with y'all, or 8, sorry. Jackbox Party Pack 8 with y'all. So please come on that raid and hang out with me. Come on this raid now. Come back Wednesday, 9 p.m. Thursday for working on the Dragon Gundam and maybe starting the other kit. Whatever it's called. I keep saying the wrong name of it. Whatever. The Star Build Strike Gundam. Thanks so much for being here. I'll see you soon. Have a great night, everybody. Goodbye. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.